recording?
Recording has started.
Who
Yes.
is that you? You
Coming.
started it?
Yes.
Okay.
Good evening to one and all, and coming to team three. The team name is Salaar, and we are going to implement plant leaf disease detection using CNN and TensorFlow. The uh, disease is used to resolve by using CNN and TensorFlow, and the Pitora is the web application we are going to implement, and Skeleton is the source of a tool we are going to use. And my role is a Scrum Master, which is going, which is going to taking care of the entire project and meeting the deadlines and taking daily Scrum calls and updating the tasks to everyone in the team and giving user stories, epics, subtasks to the people who are in the team and assigning the roles regarding the project. And the people in the team, we having developers, testers, and QA engineers as well. And start with the table of contents. This is the table of contents we are going to include in the presentation. The roles, problem statements, descriptions, and personas. Actually, we are taking three people as a personas. After that, we are going to implement the project using the people Rajesh, and Anna, and Sambasivam. Now, Paul is going to start the presentation from slide three.
Hi. So if you can go to the next slide, please.
So,
So we move on to our problem statement. We had to establish a problem that we were going to tackle and try to build a software that would solve the problem and make it easier for the users. So we selected a plant disease, and our thought process was to create a program that would help stop and eliminate losses from crop failure or financial losses to farmer that led to food shortages. So we decided to make a disease detection software that would allow farmers to detect diseases before they became too fatal and killed crops. And we tried to make the software as accurate as possible to allow these users to have a software that was reliable and they knew that they could go and use this every year to stop food shortages and financial loss. So if we could go on to the next slide. So in this one, we are breaking down the project description. Our project name is Plant Leaf Disease Detection using CNN and TensorFlow. So CNN is convolutional neural network, which is a type of deep learning algorithm that is most often applied to analyze and learn visual features from large amounts of data. So this works well with our project because we plan on using pictures and photography of these leaves and these crops, which then will be analyzed by our algorithm and be able to detect any diseases that should be alerted to the user, in this case, our farmer or our scientist, or anybody using the software. We're also going to be using TensorFlow, which is a software library for machine learning and AI. So our team name is Salaar. A little bit of our project description is to help farmers decide the better pesticides to be used for the farm with some clear and concise analysis done by the software. And some outcomes that will be beneficial for our users will be, as I mentioned before, accelerated disease detection, basically allowing our users to have a reliable source to let them know if anything harmful is affecting their crops. And this will also be time that they have to spend, um, less time that they have to spend worrying about anything damaging their crops. This also leads to increased profits because less crops will be destroyed and more crops will be able to be saved. Reducing costs. So treating the disease effectively and rapidly can be achieved by identifying correctly. As I mentioned before, they will have a source of reliability. Higher resource management, more precise disease detection means that resources such as water, fertilizers, and pesticides can be more efficiently distributed so they don't have to waste any of these resources. Better yield resilience. With the effective intervention, plants thrive and produce better crops that are not easily damaged and more tough against disease. So more crops will be yielded instead of destroyed, like before. Manage scale development. Users can expand their cultivation or apply different fields due to minimal difficulties. As I mentioned before, now farmers are able to scale and have more crops as they are confident that they will have a reduction in diseased crops or destroyed crops. Insight from data, farmers can receive accurate information on the trends of their crops due to that data collection within the software. So they will have data to rely on across the time that they're using it to see how the crop is doing and see what trends they see that they can analyze and move forward for from that. Also, less reliant on labor because the automated disease detection, there is less need for trained workers who will come and manually do what the software is already doing for the user. So they will not have to hire any more hands to go and manually detect any of these diseases. Now that all that will be automated. And we have linked our GitHub link. So you can follow the process and have all the data and information there. We can move on to the next slide. So I'm Paul, and I'm the senior front end developer, focused on the UI, and we have chosen to use Streamlit for the front end to develop the web application easier with all the data coming from the back end. Go next.
Hi guys, I'm Nagakshmi. I'm junior front-end developer. I'm telling about we are building web-based application to detect plant diseases, and we are also using machine learning modules to build TensorFlow for image classification, like Paul said, and we are using interface development for to design and implement user-friendly and interactive using Streamlit, and we are creating and maintain key front-end components for using image upload modules for plant images, and we are going to predict results based on display panels, and we are using forms and navigation elements. And for further, we are going to design UI UX principles for the application to access for simple for farmers and consultants regarding the technical expertise, and we are using grid layouts for structured content presentation, and we are also going to ensure mobile compatibility for field usage, and we are going to design minimal performance for optimization, and we are going to collaborate with the backend team for machine learning, like we have to integrate APIs from backend services to connect with TensorFlow, and we have to communicate real time between the front and back end components the to ensure data models smooth to interact with the smooth interactions, and we are going to debug API interaction issues with the backend team also, and we are going to test component integration and testing, like we are going to develop a reusable components using Streamlit widgets. We are uploading buttons for image submissions, and we are going to conduct the unit and integration testing for UI components, and we are doing testing checklists like Nikta is going to ensure accurate display of plant diseases for predictions, and she is going to test compatibilities on different browsers and screen sizes, whether the plant is taking the how is it is going on, and we are performing user acceptance testing with other team members also. About data presentation and visualization, we are going to create an interactive dashboard to visualize for disease detection patterns over time and for image processing success rates. For bug fixing and performance optimization, we are debugging and resolve UI issues for front-end glitches during user interactions and API connection errors due affecting data display. And for version control, we are mainly going through Git branching strategy, and we are creating detailed commit messages and maintaining a channel log. And further, we are going to write a documentation for UI components and integration logic. And about our team meetings and Scrum and all other managements, we are daily doing Scrum calls, but sometimes we are missing. We are getting updates regularly, and we are doing so many challenges. We are going to update so many tasks in Jira. Up to then, we don't do anything, but we are going to do. Next.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Nikita Arpula. So I'm going to taking care of front end QA role. So my role is front end QA. So as a QA, I'm going to taking care of the website. If user is like facing any issues, like if user interacts with the website or app, whether it is working properly, is it directly open the website by using his credentials or not? Is it running smoothly or not? Accurately can open the website or not? So have to check all those things based on the application and user requirements. In order to do this as a QA, I have to follow certain rules and I have to check some functionality testings as well as UN, UX testing, performance testing, and we have cross-browser testing as well, automation testing, and we have so many collaboration testing and reporting as well with the team. And once we are done with all the things, like based on my team lead and our developers, Lakshmi and the Bal, if they develop the code, once they develop the code, so I have to check all the things, and if it is properly working, then I have to check with my backend QA. So I will communicate with backend team. We have backend developers as well, Krishna, Gopi, and as well as Kishore, Karthik. So I have to check with them, and so we all work together, and we are based on the communication and the collaboration. We will follow the project requirements and we will implement the project. And coming to this, here we have the persons, and here we have the Rajesh Kumar. He is a farmer. So his age is 45 and he is staying in Andhra Pradesh, India. Coming to his background, Rajesh has 5 acre farm, and like he grows paddy and wheat, and like he faces some problems while doing his crop and all, like while grows his wheat and paddy. So with the plant disease, but he doesn't have any access to latest technology in the agriculture. So he need a simple mobile solution for the plant disease detection or identification treatment. So for this, he's facing so many challenges. So those are limited access for the lab testing and the technical knowledge, based on like lack of technical knowledge, as well as the nowadays we can see everyone are using AI based tools as well. And the he requires some offline mode, and when working in the like whenever he is in the field, he can able to open that app and he can check the leaves, and he can easily he have to identify the disease. So he has some issues, and the next one here we have Anne. Can someone? Yeah. Yeah. Here we have the agriculture consultant Anna, and her age is 32, and the location New York, and he's staying in our USA as well. Sorry, USA. And Hannah is our like she has 12 years of experience, and she's doing some research and like in the sustainable farming and the organic farming, and she's the director of Slow Food USA. And she wants to develop a scalable diagnostic tool to access the multiple forms and suggest the treatment strategies based on these challenges. Uh, Even she observes so many challenges like manual instructions, like if any person is doing manual testing and all, it takes so much of time to avoid that, and the needs high accuracy AA prediction tools as well. And based on like she wants to develop the web-based dashboard to analyze disease and the nutrients and this all. Yeah, that's it. And my team
And
lead Cypher will continue the remaining
Myself,
things.
Cypria. In this project, my role is a front-end lead. As a front-end developer, first we made set up the environmental setup and detecting using TensorFlow and conventional neural networks. And I used the Skyscape, learned it would focus on the user-facing assets and ensuring the models of output is seamlessly integrated into a web or a mobile application. And we create the user interfaces, and we faces some issues, and I resolve with the front end developers Lakshmi and Paul. And we finally check the code uh, and we gave to QA Nikita. She will check all the user interfaces and finally update to the backend. Coming to the slide, he's a government researcher, Mankambu Sambashivan Swaminathan. His age is 78. He's located in Chennai. Sorry, he's from Chennai, located in India. Uh, his background is he's a government agriculture research. He working on a food security and disease prediction models, and he has larger scale data of plant diseases for scientific research and policy making. He wants real time data and across multiple states. He chooses diseases trend analysis, and he has a lot of disease trend, analytics along with the historical data. And he has more API preference data to integrate into the projects. Coming to the next slide, tools and technologies. TensorFlow, here we are using technologies like a TensorFlow. TensorFlow is a software library which is used for image classification tasks and making the ideal for detecting diseases in plant leaves. And the basic workflow is collecting and preposing plant images. And Skyscape, it's a library. It's probably used in preprocessing the model evolution and classification ML models. Streamlight is same like a Skyscape. Python is a high level, as we know that high leveling program language. We can use TensorFlow, Skyscape, and Streamlit. Next slide goes to backend view.
Hi everyone, myself Krishna Kishore Verma. I'm right now, my current role is a senior backend developer and the team lead for the backend development. So the work I'll be doing was setting up the environment and giving the groundwork for now, and we'll be deploying the whole code for the backend to run the whole codes and classification of the image using TensorFlows. So as you already learned till now, you already heard about the CNN and TensorFlow, which will be useful for our project. So for the project which we'll be doing, we have different tools. We can be using Visual Studio Code or Anaconda, which will be having mostly will be running Python and the TensorFlow libraries, which will help us to classification of the whole project. And as for the database for to store the whole data to store the clients which will be giving an app or a website for the login credentials, and we will be needing a website where we will be using the MySQL. And as a team, we need to collaborate with each other, and we need to assign each and everyone task, and we need to make sure everyone is going on the track. So for these cases, you are using a Jira, which is a project management tool, which helps us to track our whole process and what are the issues we are facing and what we need to be doing further. And here also we are creating sprints to help us further. Can you go to next slide? Yeah, so as you can hear, you can see Git and Teams. Here we communicate each other with Teams for any issues or any daily calls, daily stand-ups. Everything will be using Teams. As for the GitHubs, as we are different people from different places, we need to share the code and we need to store our code and everything. So we are using as GitHub as one of the resources to share our codes to so we can commit the changes so that the next person who will be working on them can understand it properly. Next slide, please. Yeah, so here we have scheduled the project depending upon the sprint right now which we are doing. It's like a small steps to construct the whole project. Right now we are in the sprint zero phase where we discussed and fixed a topic for the project. Later we have decided like setting up the environment for both the front and back end. Later we are starting to do the groundwork to create the whole project. So the Scrum is like where you create the whole team to get into the track of what they are doing, what we have done till now, what we'll be doing, what are the issues everyone is facing. So we can communicate with each other and take each other help to complete the whole task. That's it from my side. Next slides will be done. We'll let you know by Gopi.
Hello everyone, I am Gopi Krishna. I am here to present our project progress. So let's talk about our team formation and roles. Manoj, your Scrum Master, organize roles within the team to ensure smooth operation. And Cypher is our front-end lead and Kishore is our back-end lead. Next, we completed Jira and Git setup. Mano set up Jira with a backlog item and to ensure we had the clear roadmap. And Paul and Nagalakshmi from the front end team, as along with Kishore and with me from the back end team, we set up the Git repository for the vision control collaboration. And we used to have daily scrum calls at 10 p.m. These provide us a platform for the team members to update their progress from the Jira. Before the meeting, we ensure everyone stayed at the same page, on the same page. Like uh, Cypria used to finalize the project persons and adding farmers, agriculture experts in Jira. Like this help us clearly defining our target users and their needs. Can we go to the next slide, please? During our project, we identified several areas for improvements. Some tasks in Jira that we are too bored, like we needed to better break down, which Manoj and Cypria will refine the sprint one. There was some delays in peers reviews, so Nikita and Karthik will enforce 24-hour review deadlines. So we forced Git collaboration issues due to unclear branching strategy. Paul and Kishore will create the Git for workflow guidance, address this additionally, and me and Nagalakshmi has missed some Jira Scrum calls. So they are updated by we'll update Jira every day by 9:30 p.m. So uh, this helped us for the project to move forward. So from here, Karthik will drive you through the next slide.
Hi everyone, this is Karthik. My role is backend quality and assurance. It's mostly based on making sure the backend systems, understanding development architecture.
I think it is not audible. Could you please mic or any use a device which is comfortable for you to speak it loud?
Now,
It loud. Go on, go on.
am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you're audible, but speak little loud.
Yeah, okay. Is that okay now?
Yes. It's all right.
So, I'm Karthik. My role is backend quality and assurance. It's all based on the backend, making sure of the backend systems and understanding development architecture and establishing test plans and working on model integration and API functions. Personally, I also face some challenges on installing the TensorFlow and some libraries. Uh, so that's all about the Sprint Zero, and I also coordinated with front end QA, which is Nikita. So we together faces some challenges, and we also resolved them by using some dependencies. So while coming to the Sprint One action plan, we smoothen Jira workflow. Manoj and Cypria will ensure tasks are well defined with clear acceptance criteria. Standardized Git overflow. Paul and Krishna Kishore will document the branching strategy, main, dev, and future branch. And next one, increase Scrum discipline. Manoj will enforce 15-minute stand-ups. Gopi Krishna, all developers and QA members will update Jira before 9:30 p.m. every day. And enforcing deadlines for peer review. Arpula, Nikita, and Karthik, that's myself, will ensure pull requests are reviewed within 24 hours. And improving video and documentation. Paul and Cypria will do a review before the video goes up online. Clearly, this is to summary escalate the essence of Sprint Zero and helps refine the execution at sprint. So if there is any modifications, please let us know. And the next slide, please. Yeah, it's a team agreement document. Yeah, from here, Manoj will take on.
You can show the agreement and you can explain how it looks like as well.
So what's the agreement?
That's all right. That's all right. Leave it like that. And coming to the team agreement, see my screen. It's a PPT or a team agreement. Which one is visible for you guys?
The PPT is visible.
PPT.
Yeah, we can see the team agreement.
Share the entire screen. And this is the team agreement we have developed for the entire project. And here is the purpose of the team. We're going to implement the project. And these are the roles and the responsibilities we allocated for the entire team. And these are the communication deadlines and the guidelines we are going to implement for Zoom and team calls weekly. Progress updates are comes under Jira, GitHub repositories, and the leads are going to taking care of front end and back end work. And these are the development workflow we are going to present for the entire code form, ensuring that we are giving the best output for the entire project by the end of the every sprint. And coming to the wiki link, you guys can see the wiki link, and we have just uploaded everything regarding the project here. You can see the team members, and you can see the languages and the tools we are uploaded in the wiki page. And we just need to upload the deliverable zero presentation and PPT as well. And these are the things happen for the sprint zero, and we have to improve further for better development to implement the web application regarding the client leave disease detection. And my role is Scrum Master, so I have to take care of all the calls and schedule the meetings and take the updates from the leads and improve the workflow for the entire project. The thing is going to happen. That's all for now. Is there any queries and critics? Let us know. Professor Henry Wong, thank you for the thing giving to us regarding the project and all. That's it.